Greetings, comic friends. It is Wednesday, so we are doing a TGIW. Thank God it's Wednesday, new comic book day. I'm going to be upfront with y'all. I did real bad this week. Real bad. There was a lot of good stuff. There was, on top of just, it was kind of a big week. It was a big main 2 week, really. No, it was just a big week. Let me see how bad I did. Yeah, I did pretty bad. So, have a total of 17 books. I think 17. Yeah. Including, there were 4 number ones that I picked up off the shelf. They were, I just, I couldn't not. They were just too tempting. So, we'll save those for last. Guess what the 4 number ones that I got were, and we'll see how you did. Let me know in the comments how you did with your guesses by the time that I get there. All right, so we have Blue and Gold, 5 of 8. We have Tim Hunter. That is the wrong Hunter. Rip Hunter, time traveler extraordinaire, coming into Blue and Gold. And this book is fun. If you like that the dynamic of Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, then you will not be disappointed here. If that's something that's never spoke to you, or you never really tried it, it might not be for you. But I do really like the dynamic they have, and it's definitely because this is Jurgens. Yeah, Jurgens does a really good job with these two. Because I think he wrote their last solo series. I don't remember, but Jurgens has done really good of capturing the essence of those characters, especially the dynamic between the two. So if that's your thing, fear not. It is great. If it's not your thing, then yeah, don't get it. Aquaman, The Becoming, 5 of 6. I feel like I just read this last week, or at least the week before. So prelude to Aquaman, which is probably something I'll end up getting. This Aquaman Becoming, it hasn't been great. Maybe something will happen in the next couple issues here, in the last 2 issues of the Limited, that leads into Aquaman that's going to be really cool and worth it. I don't know. But so far, the ride hasn't been fantastic. So we'll see how that wraps up. I think this is where I kind of have my run of indie stuff. Yeah, it's kind of separated, kind of strange. Homesick Pilots, number 11. It's still a good read. This is one that I'm gonna finish it to the end, but I should ask how many issues it's going, just to kind of plan ahead, I suppose, a little bit. I had that question about actually a few books this week that I was going to ask at my comic shop, but their internet was down, so I couldn't ask them for them to look it up. So I will have to ask them next week. This and the next 2, I'm just curious. I don't plan on dropping them. I'm just curious what sort of haul I'm in for, and decide whether some of these other things I can pick up long term or not. Anyway, Homesick Pilots. I'm guessing it doesn't have a whole lot to go, but I think it's something definitely worth picking up in trade. So the first trade should be out. We Only Find Them When They're Dead. This has been a great sci-fi book. If you like sci-fi, the art is beautiful. It's very digital, but it is beautiful art. One thing that I really like about Boom Comics is the feel, like the production, like the feel of the covers and the paper and all that is always really good. It's just very satisfying to read the actual issues. I really love this, like the stock that they use for the covers, which has nothing to do with how good this book is itself, but I do enjoy it. It is a good sci-fi story. I think it's one of those that's worth picking up and trade at least the first volume to see if you like it. It does time jump a little bit. but it's good. And this next one, this one, if it does plan on going for a long time, I might cut it because it's easy to cut at any point because it's just a series of one-off stories. So we'll see. Because I wanted to ask about this one as well, but I couldn't. I could look it up myself, but it's so much easier when they can just look in like the Diamond system and see what's the last one been solicited. It's just easier for me to ask them to do it, so I'll do it next time I'm in there. Hopefully they'll have internet back. Would be the hope. But yeah, Silver Coin is hit and miss. Overall, it's fine. I think the good stories are really good. The stories that aren't really good are okay. I don't think there's really been any bad stories, but it's been like, I could leave that. But some of them have been great. So if you like horror anthology, I think it's worth dipping into and trying out. Maybe get the first trade sort of thing and see if you want to continue with future ones. I am really excited about this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 125. So we have the frogs. Yeah, a lot of frogs. So I'm not sure if this is going... it'd be a missed opportunity if it didn't introduce Genghis Frog and... what was the other frog? There were two frogs. Genghis Frog and... It escapes me. Completely escapes me. But this gang of frogs, I think... none of them was wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, which actually concerns me. Because if one of them is Genghis Frog, it's definitely not my Genghis Frog. But anyway, I'm curious to see. Yeah, this has got me. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Strange Academy number 15 still continues to be fun. Nice cast of characters, nice fun cast of characters, and really good at introducing kind of new, not necessarily villains, but new situations for them to get into, which I think is really tough for a book that has a lot of characters, specifically ones that we don't know a lot about because they're all kind of new. So at the same time of having to learn about these individual characters because we don't know about them, also them having to face some sort of event or crisis or whatever's going on. If you think of Avengers, right? Who's on the Avengers? Well, we know who they all are, so we don't expect a lot of character development in an Avengers team book. It's just, what is the team doing? But in Strange Academy, we're needing character development as as like what the team stuff is doing, and it does a phenomenal job. I think it's something that doesn't get the credit it deserves, or maybe just not as realized as how difficult that probably is to pull off. But Scotty Young's doing a great job. Eternals 9. So Eternals in the actual Eternals run, not one of the mini one-shots they keep crapping out every once in a while. It's good. This continues to be good. What do I want to say? Thanos is back and doing stuff still. They're still dealing with the fact that they learned that whenever they're resurrected, a human loses their life. Also, I'll mention I finally got around to watching Eternals, since it got put on Disney Plus. So if you were waiting for it to get on Disney Plus and haven't watched it, I suggest it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It definitely isn't, the Marvel Comics Eternals. It does not follow their sort of background, but that's okay. It's definitely a more movie palatable sort of background, and it led to some interesting. I don't know, say. It's still a good story. Their origin and thing like that it's different, but it's interesting and it's good and it fits. But Eternals stands so far apart from the rest of the Marvel universe and the comics, usually, and crossing over with Thanos and whatnot occasionally, but for the most part they're standalone, and it seemed pretty standalone in the movie as well, which is fine. And I mean, you can't give it too much credit, because if you think about it, Eternals, like the original Eternals, the original Jack Kirby Eternals, didn't even take place in the Marvel Universe. It was its own thing, and they just kind of like slowly phased it into the Marvel Universe. But originally, it wasn't intended to be in the Marvel Universe, because in that original 12-issue run, no other superheroes ever showed up, and the only time one was ever mentioned was when a bunch of college kids made a robot of the Hulk, and their reference point of the Hulk was from comics, not from the actual Hulk. They're like, oh yeah, we really like this Hulk comic book, we're going to make a robot of him. It's not, hey, the Hulk is a cool thing, we're going to make a robot modeling the real Hulk, because the real Hulk doesn't exist in that original Eternals run. So I'm okay with them sort of playing with the origins of the Eternals, especially when Marvel themselves kind of did it. Anyway, little stupid Eternal history for you there. Amazing Spider-Man number 86. So we're back to Wells. I think the last two issues were Ziegler. Yeah, I mean, there's one of these almost every week, and I guess I can't keep saying the same thing. It's fine. I'm enjoying it. The stories are good. Beyond is beyond. Beyond is going to be beyonding for as long as they do. But it's for an arc that's sort of in a downtime. I think it's good. The one I'm more worried about is Hulk 3. This, I think I said it maybe last issue, or last time it came around. Maybe not, I don't know, because I hadn't read number 2 at that point. But I'm not sold on this spaceship Hulk thing. It's a little too out there for Hulk. And I don't know if I've mentioned on a video before or not, but Donny Cates. I'm getting Donny Cates exhaustion. Like, man, not everything you do has to be this complete, crazy, grandiose re-envisioning of everything, super threat to the world or universe. Like, everything he does has to be like so like. Can you just write like a regular story? You have some big, great ideas and give them some time. Like, spread them out over time. Don't use them all right away. Like, I think Immortal Hulk was a nice shakeup, and we need a Hulk shakeup every once in a while. But we just had one. Now, can we just have Hulk for a little bit instead of this weird spaceship Hulk where his body is like a spaceship and some sort of Bruce Banner is in his, or Bruce Banners are in his head? I don't know. I just give it a bit of a rest, Cates, so we can take a rest. Moon Knight 7. I suppose this dropped at a good time. That Moon Knight trailer dropped, and it looked good, but man, people are going nuts. People are going nuts, and it is. It's hurting me. It's hurting me. Anyway, this book has been good. Yes, Moon Knight is fantastic. People saw that trailer and said, oh my gosh, Moon Knight. Yeah, he's actually really cool. Yeah, Moon Knight's always been super cool. But yeah, now the Moon Knight hype, when you think it can't get any higher, a trailer drops and it's like, oh, it's really good, so it hypes even more. I'm just tired of hearing about it. I'm sorry people out there didn't give the character a chance for over the past over 40 years. And it's not until all this FOMO happens that people start caring. Anyway, Superman, Son of Kal-El. I'm bitter. I'm feeling feelings these days. Superman, Son of Kal-El. It's the same thing. Like, it's great. It's the best Superman book in my opinion out there. Though I guess I can't really say that because I haven't read any other Superman books lately. It's the only Superman book I care about. I'll say that much. But this, what is it? So they're making supers, kind of weaponizing people to become superpowered people, and Clark and his boyfriend is trying to get to the bottom of it. It's just these people from a particular country where his boyfriend is from, and the boyfriend was a product of that, and he's trying to stop it. Venom. I thought this was going to be written by Ewing. Did that change, or did I remember wrong? I thought Cates was on Venom, Ewing was on Immortal Hulk, and then Cates was going to be on Hulk, and Ewing was going to be on Venom. I might have gotten that wrong, because I was really excited to read Ewing's Venom, just because of how much I like Ewing and liked Immortal Hulk. Not that V's is bad. It's okay. I was really looking forward to Ewing in particular. So that's everything that's on my list. Now the number ones that I picked up, I think some are probably going to be a little more obvious than others. So if you haven't decided or guessed what the 4 number ones I picked up off the shelf are, pause the video now and think about it. Or if you don't care, I understand, because that's dumb. But anyway, the first one's probably pretty obvious. Ben Reilly, Spider-Man. If it's Spider-Man, I just auto pick it up. I shouldn't say that. It's not just Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. Oh, this is getting pretty precise. It is Spider-Man books where the main character has Peter Parker's DNA. So I pick up all Peter Parker at the very least. Peter Parker in 616. Peter Parker and Ben Reilly, and I suppose Kane, if they're Spider-Man books, or if there are alternate universes where it is Peter Parker. I pick those up. I say that just because I don't read the Miles Morales Spider-Man. Not that I have anything against Miles Morales Spider-Man. I think he's a fine character. I like him. I like when he showed up in Darkhawk. It's been great. I like Miles Morales. It's just I didn't get on the Miles Morales train. I had stopped reading Ultimate stuff when they did the death of Peter Parker and Miles became a thing, and I didn't pick it back up after that. So he had his whole thing, and then when he came over to the 616, I don't think I was reading as much at that time, and also I was like, I don't know who this character is because I wasn't reading Ultimate, so I did pick it up. And now at the point of like, pick it up now would be tough because there's so much. Anyway, Miles Morales is fine. I don't read Miles Morales. Maybe if there's a good a new good starting point comes up, and I've cut a bunch of books, then I'd consider it. But anyway, that's enough for Miles Morales talk. So this, I'm not sure where this lands with what's currently going on in Amazing Spider-Man, right? So the return of Peter Parker's clone. Ben Reilly's already been back. He's been back for months. So what is this? Is this like a prequel to it? Is this like after he goes away from Beyond, which hasn't happened yet, at least to my knowledge, because I haven't read this week's Amazing. I'm curious where this is going to land. Though, now that I think about it, this might be flashback because the trading here, this is nostalgic 90s trade. Both the spider symbol Ben Reilly and Spider-Man. This might be flashback. This might be old Ben Reilly, which would also be cool. I'm okay with that. Let's see. Also picked up Silver Surfer Rebirth. This is kind of exactly the thing I should be avoiding, but along with other things like the Blue and Gold and the Aquaman. I don't know. But it's Silver Surfer, and if it's Silver Surfer coming back, I want to know that story, especially if it comes around in that Fantastic Four event. What is it, Reckoning or something like that? I think it'd probably be important. Also, this Peach Momoko cover. I mean, come on. But yeah, I picked that up just because I really want to know. I like Silver Surfer. This probably also is not a big idea considering that I have and have read the original She-Hulk run. I'm close to finishing the run of Sensational SheHulk. Probably not a big surprise that I picked up the new She-Hulk. And also not a surprise that I picked up the Sensational SheHulk homage. I think this is of number 40 something around there. I don't remember, but this is an homage to that cover, including her saying something which she would often do on those, something witty or whatever, which she would often do on those Sensational SheHulk covers. So that was probably pretty easy to guess. The one that might not be so easy to guess is I picked up Silk #1. I really like Silk. I think Silk is a fun character. I don't know if this is an ongoing or a limited. I was unable to ask. I suppose I could have asked. I probably would have known at least that, but I didn't. It doesn't matter. I picked it up. So yeah, I enjoy Cindy Moon. So I picked that up for at least one issue. So yeah, a total of 17 books. My max target is 10. I blew that away. I was bad. I fully admit that I was bad. It happens. It is partially my fault for sure because of the 4 I picked up off the shelf. But even with that, that would have put me down to what, 13? It would have been a big week. It's just a lot of stuff came out. I'm thinking that a good chunk of these won't be around for a super long time. Aquaman Becoming, Blue and Gold are limited. I think Home and Sick Pilots is probably going to be wrapping up. We Only Find Them When They're Dead might be. Silver Coin, I don't know. I mean, that could be a good 5 books that are only around for a little bit longer, and well, I replaced with that, so whatever. I'm bad, okay? I admit it. I messed up. No one's perfect. I'm sorry. All right, but that is it. Thank you all for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. What did you get that you're excited about? All that stuff. And of course, yeah, I think that's it. Don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.